Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to News 5 Now. Here's a look at your headlines at this hour. WKRG is speaking to a man who found that car submerged in a creek yesterday with a body inside. We're learning more about the woman who was found in that car. Plus, a Fairhope native stamping his ticket to the national championship game. We're going to tell you the latest on Riley Leonard. Plus, the Supreme Court to hear arguments about TikTok. Let's get started with News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. It is Friday. It is a little bit gloomy out there, but that's okay. It's been pretty nice all week, but it is chilly, and those temperatures are going down this weekend. In fact, on Sunday for the Mobile Marathon, temperatures are going to be in the upper 20s. So it's going to be chilly for all those runners out there. So you're going to be trading your raincoat for your big coat this weekend. So bundle up. Let's go ahead and get to our big stories at this hour. And number 5, the Supreme Court will hear arguments today on a federal law that could ban TikTok in the U.S. Starting on January 19th, the popular app's going to be banned unless its Chinese-based parent company ByteDance agrees to sell it. Supporters raised national security concerns related to foreign ownership of the platform. TikTok says the ban would violate the First Amendment. Number 4, Alabama's top education official is outlining his plans for 2025. State School Superintendent Dr. Eric Mackey says he wants to see reading and math scores continue to go up for students. Mackey adds that extended learning programs like after school and summer school will be key in 2025. He also plans to focus on students' mental health and cell phone use in school. Number 3, tomorrow is the last day that Orange Beach Police will inspect golf carts for residents. Officers will inspect the carts at the Bear Point Civic Association Center from 10 to 3. All permits expired at the end of last year. With these new permits, you'll be good to go for the next 14 years. This next one, number 2, sure makes me happy. A Fairhope native stamps his ticket to the national championship game. Riley Leonard helped lead Notre Dame to victory against Penn State in the Orange Bowl last night. Leonard is a high school alum of Fairhope. He threw for 223 yards and 1 touchdown while running for another 35 yards and a touchdown on the ground. The game came down to the final seconds as Penn State's quarterback threw an interception and Notre Dame got the ball. Leonard led the Fighting Irish on a 19-yard drive, which set up Notre Dame for a field goal that gave them a 3-point lead, securing their win. I am a Notre Dame alum, so this made me happy to hear that the Fighting Irish are headed to the national championship game. And number 1, WKRG speaks to the man who found a car that was submerged in Chickasaw Creek. Wes Clement says he was fishing Wednesday morning when his fish finder captured something that looked like a vehicle. He called law enforcement and crews pulled out what appeared to be a Chevy Trailblazer, and that's when they learned about a body inside. It was that of Miss Ward, Angela Ward, who had been missing for 4 years. Of course, her family, we are seeing on Facebook, is devastated about this, but they are getting some closure as to what happened to Miss Ward. And that is a look at our big stories at this hour. All right, it's time for our poll and question of the day. Time when we get to hear what you think about what's happening. And our question of the day has to do with the mayor of Mobile's salary. We have reported this week that Mayor Stimson would like to increase the salary for the next mayor. He says maybe that would broaden the pool of candidates. So our question of the day asks you, how much should Mobile's mayor be paid? And let's see what you guys have to say. He says mayors need term limits. That's not the question, but Doug has his opinion. Michael says, how about you pay back firefighters first, so increase the pay for first responders. Let's see, Jim says salary should be dependent on the promises they make and how much they actually do. David says should be voluntary with no pay, a public servant, an office they want. Kenneth says $1 a year. Raymond agrees with that. And Chris says $100K a year. So the mayor was talking about possibly increasing the salary to $190,000. So we'll see if that happens. And so far, the only candidate who has officially announced her intention to run is Mobile County Commissioner Connie Hudson, who announced this week that she would like to be mayor. So we will be looking in the coming weeks for more candidates to throw their hat in the ring. All right, everybody, now it's time for our poll of the day. And this has to do with Spirit Airlines flying out of Pensacola. We have asked you, would you fly on, do you have plans to fly on Spirit Airlines out of Pensacola, yes or no? In fact, we just announced that they're adding 4 nonstop destinations for the spring break season, places like Nashville, Chicago, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Detroit. So would you fly, or do you have plans to fly? The answers, there are no wrong answers. David says these flights only last 10 days or so. Dwayne says A320 jets right here in Mobile, and of course that's exciting. Iris says that they have more than 1 or 2 flights a week, and they're going to, Iris, they're going to have 3 or 4 a week. And so we'll have to see how long Spirit decides to keep these flights out of Pensacola, but we'd love to hear you vote and see what you think if you have plans to fly on one of those flights. But that'll be definitely convenient for spring breakers coming down to our area beaches. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining me for WKRG News 5 Now. I'm Devin Walsh. Enjoy your afternoon, whatever you're doing, whether you're at home relaxing or you're going to be out and about. And I'll see you tonight for WKRG News 5 at 5. Cherish will see you for the 4 on 5. Have a good afternoon.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips.